Okay, in this video we're going to talk about the Liquify tool and some of its uses. It's a really fun tool and you can produce all kinds of amazing little results with it. You can do all kinds of things that don't even seem possible. To kind of show you what I mean by that, we'll start out with the very basics of the Liquify tool and the also very catchy, very cliche term of turn that frown upside down. So our main objective is to take this guy. He doesn't look like he's very happy. He's got kind of a frown going on, and we want to kind of give him like a smile, or at least as much of a smile as we can give him. To access the Liquify tool, you go to Filter, Liquify. This will bring up a whole new window for you to work in, and there's a bunch of options off to the right, and you have your different tools off to the left. Now, for the sake of this tutorial, we're only going to talk about these tools and up, and we're not going to talk a lot about these exact tools over here or the options that you can do. Those are a lot of self-explanatory options that you can also explore with. Remember, like I said, this is basic tutorial and Photoshop is full of exploration, and that's really what you should be doing. But these all kind of pretty much explain themselves. The density of the brush, which means the brush edge strength, so it's a soft or hard kind of a brush. The brush pressure is in the intensity, how intense do you want this thing to modify, and the brush rate is kind of like a flow. But for all intensive purposes, we can just leave them at their defaults, and we can just change the brush size the same way you can change them outside of this window with the bracket keys. And by default, we are on, it brings you to this tool up here, the forward work tool. And to use this tool, all you do is you have with it selected, you can come in here and just simply start pushing the image around. Now make sure to do everything in real small increments. That way, because if you go ahead and make a big push like that, this starts to look real unreal and fake and things like that. So if you make small little increments like this, you can only keep the whole image kind of together when you're turning this frown upside down here. So if we give it a little bit more work here and start pulling all this in together, I'm just making very short, tiny clicks and just moving the whole image kind of together. I know it's warping the edges there, but that's to be expected because what we're trying to do here kind of warps the whole image all together. So let's see, I'll bring this down a little bit. So we kind of have a semi-smile going on there. Not the best job I've ever done, but the basic idea is there and how you use the warp tool and things like that. And all you have to do to OK that is just hit the OK up there, and it will apply that warp or that Liquify tool. And then from there on, you can start kind of using the you can use the clone tool brush and things like that to clean up these edges, or you can just simply crop it out. It's all up to you and whatever you're doing. But he no longer has a frown, so mission accomplished, and it doesn't look too fake either. I mean, it looks like you got some pixels that have been pushed over here, but that can be adjusted with some extra time and effort given into the Liquify tool. So I'm going to go ahead and undo that, and I'll show you a couple other things about the Liquify tool and its other uses. So the tool right below this is the reconstruct tool. Now what that means is if I come in here and just twist this guy's mouth all crazy like this, if I go to the reconstruct tool, I can start moving it, and what this tool actually does is actually, as you can see, the more I move it, it starts bringing it back to its original state. So if I make too many mistakes, or if I don't like the way something's turning out, I can actually click on the reconstruct tool and kind of spot heal or spot reconstruct those areas that I didn't like how they turned out so well. And you can go all the way back. It's kind of like the eraser tool, but it doesn't get rid of anything, if that helps you, if that helps at anything. We have the twirl clock, say that 10 times fast, Will, for me. The twirl clockwise tool. So with this tool, it does exactly what it says it does. If you click and hold, it will start to twirl and spin the image in a Liquify manner, so we can just keep on going like that. If the more you move your mouse, the quicker it does, the quicker it happens. And if I press R to get back to reconstruct, I can just run over this and just correct it. Now this one is the pucker tool. Pucker tool does what you think it probably would. Click on there and just click and hold, and it starts the pucker effect. And so you can pucker in his whole mouth like this, and now he just ate something sour, or he's just very super upset. So we'll backtrack off of that. Now we'll go to the bloat tool. The bloat tool does the exact opposite of the pucker tool. It starts giving him fat lips and things like this. So we'll back out of there. And the push left tool, you can adjust all those tool options over here, but what this does is kind of, when you start moving it, it just brings all this down. It starts pushing the image down. And like I said, you can play with all the actual tools over here to get the effect you want. I haven't used this tool very often. I haven't found a really good use for it yet, but it's there. Mirror tool does exactly what it says it was. It kind of grabs the mirror image, kind of grabs the mirror of it and pushes it from there. So that's also a tool that I don't use too much because I can't find the perfect use for it. The turbulence tool is a great tool, however. It's almost the same way as the forward warp tool, but if you click on the forward warp tool, you can see that it just kind of pushes, and this kind of keeps things together as you wave. I don't know. But this turbulence tool is a very, very handy tool to use. So there's that. We're done with the mouth for now. We'll just go ahead and cancel out of there. Another real quick way to show you a practical example of the Liquify tool is to just go ahead and show you the fat loss capabilities of it. And this is a lot of how you can modify and make these images look like you can shed a couple pounds. You can zoom in the same way you would anything else. I'll come in here. So now we have this fat that we're looking at. I'm gonna try to back out of here a little bit. So we'll grab our Liquify tool. We'll just get the whole get the push tool, and you can just start making these real tiny adjustments along the legs here. And as you can see, we're just cutting inches off the waistline. And just start bringing these in, and if you want, you can start take it down like this. This is an incredible tool, and this is what happens a lot when they retouch photos and make celebrities and things like that just a little bit thinner, parts of their body that just don't add up correctly, or they want to be thinner or what have you for the shoot. But as you can see, the more I push these little pieces in, the skinnier she gets. And this, if only this could happen in real life, right? I know that's exactly what you're thinking. So again, with enough time and effort, you can make this look perfect. She still has some of that cellulite here and a little bit of this, all these curves, but that is not taken care of by the Liquify tool. And see how I kind of got too much of this, the wave going here. The water starts to look a little off and not proper. You got to watch out for that. But you get the idea. Again, you can just come in here and play with these and just make tiny small adjustments until you get the desired effect. Hit OK. She's now gone from fat to skinny. We've just taken off all kinds of pounds, and like I said, you can come in here with the healing brush tool. Well, let's see, we'll do the spot proximity, and just like our previous video, we'll just kind of give it clicks. That turned out bad because it picked up some of the darker tones. So it looks like this might be actually a better job for the clone tool. Again, that's not what this video is about. Basically, you can use the Liquify tool for all kinds of fun, neat tricks. Get in there and play with it. I say that every tool. I say that almost every video, and I say that of almost every tool because it's 100% true. Get in there and play with it. See what you can come up with. That's what Photoshop's all about.